What's up, y'all? I'm Kyle. You're watching Driving and Vibing. Today's video, it's all about that luxury side of RV life. It's not always about free camping in beautiful places. Sometimes it's about living it up at an RV resort. So we're naming off 11 luxury RV campgrounds for your next trip. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm looking forward to getting into this list of 11 luxury campgrounds. But if at any time during this video you would rather read about the campgrounds or reference these for future use, I'll link an article below where we go through step by step in the same order of this video so you can reference it that way as well. And on a side note, a few people have asked where Olivia has been lately. Well, we are just a few weeks away from having a baby, and I've been trying to make Olivia's life as easy as possible by not asking her to get in front of the camera. She'll be back soon, but until then, I want her to be as rested and relaxed during these extremely hot summer days before we have that baby. So in today's list, it's all about 11 luxury campgrounds across the USA. All of these campgrounds we've stayed at, and we are here to say that they are amazing and beautiful. Let's go ahead and dive into this list though. So first up on our list today is Flying Flags RV Resort in Buellton, California. This has been one of the most awesome campgrounds we've ever stayed at. They have multiple pools on their property. All the pools have their private cabanas for you to escape the sun and, you know, get all your pool stuff situated right. They got hot tubs there, splash pads for the kids. The RV pads are concrete and level, so easy to pull in. They're pull-through sites. They also have some back-end sites. What made this RV park just so amazing is their attention to detail. It's beautifully landscaped. The layout makes sense. They have the RV sites, obviously, but they also have cabins for rent. They have vintage Airstreams you can stay in, and so many outdoor activity areas. They host an outdoor movie night once a week in this beautiful public space with a huge fire pit. So the vibes at Flying Flags is awesome. Next up, number 2 on our list is Stella Mare RV Resort. This is in Galveston, Texas. It is right across from the Gulf of Mexico. You can see it from the RV park. And Galveston obviously has so many family-friendly activities, including their pier with an amusement park on it, historic districts, museums. It is just a great place to travel. But Stella Mare RV Resort is a very new resort that has been built in the last few years, and it is just a beautiful place to stay, especially if you are in a big rig. They have the largest pull-through sites we have ever seen on beautiful concrete pads. And every site also has lush grassy areas next to it. So even though the sites are stacked up pretty close to each other, they aren't all just pavement. You got a lot of grass too. The pool that Stella Mare has is beautiful. It's lifted up. You have a patio to sunbathe on, and then from that patio you get a direct view of the Gulf of Mexico. You can't beat that. It's a dog-friendly park too, which is great because sometimes these high-end RV resorts aren't so dog-friendly, but they have doggy bags throughout the park, and River loved her time there. Next up is Mountain Valley RV Resort. This is in Heber City, Utah. It's located right near Park City and Sundance, so there are so many beautiful hiking trails there. And just from the RV park alone, whenever you're sitting there, you see mountain landscapes all around you on every side. So it is awesome. But the things we loved about Mountain Valley RV Resort is that the resort is split into 2 sections kind of. One is like a family-friendly side, and the other side is an adult-only section. But the beautiful part is both sides have their own dedicated pool and their own clubhouse area. So no matter what side you're staying on, you're still getting awesome amenities. But the benefit is if you're in that adult-only side, you can guarantee go to the pool and enjoy some solitude and peace without having families playing around there. Nothing against families playing, but if you're going to an RV park and you want that peace and quiet and solitude, Mountain Valley gives you all of the amenities, on both sides of the park, and that way you can really customize your experience there. This is another very new park with awesome facilities and concrete pads as well. Just like Stella Mare RV Resort, these pads are humongous. You can fit the biggest Class A in there and your tow vehicle, no problem whatsoever. They also have pickleball courts, a lot of outdoor activities, some basketball courts there too. If you're in the Salt Lake City area, we would recommend driving about 30 minutes up that mountain and go into Heber City. You get out of the crowds, but you get all of the amazing benefits of the surrounding nature. Next up on our list is Catherine's Landing RV Resort in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is the most family-friendly park we have ever been to. There's enough to do on site that you don't even have to leave the RV resort to get your activities done. They have a zip line on site, they have disc golf on site, they're located right on the waterfront, so you can launch your own kayaks or canoes, or you can rent their kayaks or canoes or pontoon boats right from the RV resort. The other great thing about Catherine's Landing is that they have huge pavilion areas. I'm sure you can reserve these in advance, but also if you're just there with your family or with a larger group, they make a great place where you can sit and gather and all be together under a very nice pavilion. Not to mention their beautiful pool. It's located at the very front of the park by their clubhouse. Once you do want to get out and explore beyond the actual RV park itself, Hot Springs National Park is an amazing place to go to actually get this hands-on, very different national park experience where you can see these old bathhouses. You can even use the old bathhouses with the old equipment. It all looked a little disturbing, but there's so much awesome history there, both with the national park and with a lot of gangster lore. So it's a fun place to go visit. Next up on the list is Indigo Bluffs RV Resort, and this is in Empire, Michigan. You might be thinking, oh, Empire, Michigan, I've never heard of that. Where the heck is it? Well, if you've heard of Sleeping Bear Dunes National Park, it is located just outside of there. And Sleeping Bear Dunes is an amazing white sandy dunes right on the shore of Lake Michigan. The hiking trails there are absolutely beautiful. You get these huge overlooks that you can see miles and miles out into Lake Michigan. The trails there are almost all dog friendly. It's just an amazing national park. But Indigo Bluffs offers you that high-end RV campground experience. You get the big pads. A lot of their RV resort sites also have little living areas or outdoor patio areas to enjoy your time outside. They have a heated pool up front. We all know Michigan can be a little cold even in the summertime. So their heated pool makes it easy to enjoy the water without being freezing. We absolutely loved this whole area. And we love the campground too because it does have a lot of those nature vibes going on, but you also get so many of the amenities that we've come to really appreciate with RV resorts. Next up on our list is Sand Dunes Recreation in the middle of nowhere, Colorado. If you've ever been to the Great Sand Dunes National Park, you know that there is not much around it, but let me tell you, it is worth going. It is a magnificent thing to see in Colorado. It's hard to describe the magnitude of it and the epicness of it, but pretty much you're located in this valley, mountains all around you, and you have thousands of acres of beautiful sand dunes that look like you're on a white sandy beach in the middle of Colorado. Absolutely awesome. The Sand Dunes Recreation RV Resort, they have the biggest swimming pool that's fed by hot springs that we've ever seen. I would say it's almost the size of an Olympic-sized swimming pool, but this thing is huge and it is always hot. So you can be there in the middle of wintertime and be bathing in this awesome hot springs, huge pool. And even better than that is that they have an adult-only section where you can go to what they call the greenhouse. This is kind of like a walk-in, wade-in hot springs pool. They have a bar out there. They have a lot of lounging areas. So even in the wintertime, if you want to lounge outside, the greenhouse holds the heat well. It really puts off awesome vibes because they have plants everywhere. And it just feels like you're in this very tropical setting. Even though you're in the middle of Colorado, you can be bathing in these hot springs, ordering a cold cocktail from the bar, and having a good old time in the middle of nowhere. If you do check out the Great Sand Dunes National Park, I would say there is no other place to stay except Sand Dunes Recreation. Next up on our list is Paradise by the Sea RV Resort. This resort gets almost all of its biggest props because of the location. It is located in Oceanside, California, just north of San Diego, and it's 1 block from the beautiful Pacific Ocean. There are not many RV resorts that are located in such a centralized area and so close to the water. This was one of the nicest ones we've been to. The spots are a little tight because it is an urban campground, but the vibes inside the park are great. They have a pool. It is all gated off and with nice, secure fences around the area. So to get in and out of the park, you have to enter a code, which makes us feel a little bit better when we're camping in such an urban area. But from the campground, we can walk 1 block to the Pacific Ocean, and we can walk about a half a mile or a mile to what they call the Strand. It is the beautiful waterfront recreation area in Oceanside. So it's just an awesome urban luxury RV resort if you're in the San Diego area. And since we are on the topic of more urban RV parks, let's get to our next park, and that is the French Quarter RV Park. This, like the Paradise by the Sea in Oceanside, is located just a block from all of the action, but instead of being close to the Pacific Ocean, in the French Quarter RV Park, you are a block or 2 away from downtown New Orleans. That might sound a little sketchy, but this park has so much security around it. Again, you have a gated entry where you have to enter in a code. But the walk to the French Quarter, we did multiple times, and we felt safe every time we did it. It just gives you that access to New Orleans that you cannot get anywhere else. We've stayed at a few other parks in New Orleans, and every time it involved a 15-minute drive into town. With this one, it's a 5-minute walk into the center of the action. Inside the park, they do have a pool, they have beautiful bathhouses, they have an ice machine on site, which is super convenient. I wish more RV parks had ice machines, because it's hard to keep up with ice when you're in an RV, especially not a big one. So we really loved the French Quarter RV Park for all the access it gave us to the culture and the arts of New Orleans, but also the luxury back at the campsite when we were done exploring, take a dip in the pool or the hot tub, and it was just pretty awesome place to camp. Next up on our list is Rushmore Shadows RV Resort. This is pretty cool because it's out in Rapid City, South Dakota, positioning you for Mount Rushmore, the Black Hills, so much hiking and activities in that area. And the RV park itself is super family friendly. Whenever the resorts have a lot of activities for the kids and the family, we really like that vibe because everyone is happy and out living it up at the RV park. They have putt-putt golf there, they have a pool there, they have a playground, so it's just very accommodating. And they are also dog friendly with doggy bags throughout the park. They have a dog park on site. Our pup loved it there. But from there, we were able to go to Mount Rushmore. We were able to go to Deadwood, where there's so much outlaw history there. And it's just a fun area to explore. And if you want to have those amenities of pools and play areas, Rushmore Shadows is a pretty good launching point for all of that. Coming up next on our list is Palm Canyon Hotel and RV Resort. And this is a beautiful campground out in the Anza Borrego area of California. One thing you might know about Anza Borrego is that there's a lot of free camping out there, and we love the free camping. We encourage everyone to do free camping in Anza Borrego just because of the amount of camping out there, but also the beauty it has to offer. With that said, once you want to get back to hookups, once you want to get back to those long showers and the pampered lifestyle, we would recommend Palm Canyon Hotel and RV Resort. We stayed there after boondocking, and we loved being able to plug in electricity there, but also enjoy their hot tubs, enjoy their pool. One of our favorite things about this RV park, their check-in area clubhouse also has a restaurant in there. And whenever you're out in the middle of the Southern California desert, there aren't that many great options for eating or for drinking or for just going and hanging out. So having this nice restaurant and bar on site made it super easy for us. So after you do that free camping in Anza Borrego, make sure you check out Palm Canyon Hotel and RV Resort. It was a very luxury RV campground. And last up on our list is Yosemite Pines RV Resort in Coarse Gold, California. This is located kind of towards the southern end of Yosemite. So if you're looking for somewhere outside of the park where you can actually get internet access and a few other amenities, Yosemite Pines is a great launching pad for your national park explorations. They have so many camping options. You can obviously camp there in an RV, but they also have great tent sites and yurts and cabins. So no matter how you're going camping with your family, whether they have RVs or not, this is a great place to kind of all join and use as the base camp for those travels. Whenever we were there a few years ago, they were doing a big remodel of their pool area. So now their pool looks awesome. They have a huge deck with so much seating, so much lounging areas. So you can still get that sunbathing in after you go out and explore Yosemite. It's really a pampered campground. I mean, that's no two ways about it. It's not going to give you that super authentic Yosemite camping experience, but it will give you that luxury camping experience with the amenities. So you can kind of get the best of both worlds whenever you're in the Yosemite area. We really liked that campground and would recommend it to anyone traveling to Yosemite and not wanting to stay in the park. That wraps up our list, though, of the 11 luxury RV campgrounds in the USA. There are so many more, so drop a comment below and tell us what your favorite luxury RV campground is. It's all about balance, guys. We love free camping, but we love those luxury amenities too. Is that the way you like to travel? Let us know. And check out that article below for all of the GPS coordinates and written information about what we talked about today. Thanks again for joining me here. We'll get Olivia back on here in the next few weeks. We'll show you pics of the baby, and we are looking forward to this new part of our life. So thank you for joining me here today. We'll see y'all next time around. Later on.